Am I the butthole for asking my wife to change the dress she was going to wear at my uncle's wedding? Basically the title, but here's some context. So, my male, 27, uncle got married a couple of weeks ago. He's the youngest of 4, and he's 4 years older than me, and for that we're super close. However, my wife has not been on good terms with my uncle's wife, but overall they're cordial with each other. 3 weeks prior to the wedding, she purchased a white dress which was similar to a wedding dress, silhouette style. I asked if she was going to wear that at the wedding. She said no, she already had a yellow maxi dress for the wedding. I was relieved, otherwise we would have had a problem. While we were getting ready to go, she walked out the bedroom wearing the white dress I saw weeks ago. I told her to wait and asked why she was wearing the white dress and not the yellow one. She said she gave it to her sister since it's her style and couldn't say no cause her sister begged her to borrow it for her trip. Explained that the white dress looked better and felt more comfortable, so no problem. I said of course we had a problem. Wearing white to a wedding when she's not the bride is a huge no. I told her I didn't want for us to cause drama and attention, but she got mad and said she's an adult and is responsible for her dress choice. I firmly told her as the argument got heated that I strongly believe her reasons to wear the white dress were because of her issues with my uncle's then STB wife. I suggested she stay at home and not attend if she can't get along with her. But she said it wasn't about that. Eventually, I asked her to change the dress and wear something else, something more appropriate, but she turned this into a huge argument about me treating her selfishly and basically choosing my uncle and his wife's feelings over hers because I told her I don't want this to affect my relationship with my uncle. She got all stubborn and refused, saying she either keep the dress or not go. She chose to stay. I went to the wedding without her and I wasn't happy. Since then, she's been giving me the cold shoulder, saying I deprived her of being at the wedding by policing her looks and disregarding her feelings. I asked how she'd feel if someone showed up in a white dress at our wedding, for example. Would she be okay with that? I got no response, but all she says now is I chose my uncle and his wife's feelings over hers. Am I the butthole? It's too close of a coincidence that she bought a white dress before, and just had to give the yellow one away. Good for you for sticking up for your uncle and his bride. You potentially prevented a huge scene and saved family drama. If she genuinely wanted to go to the wedding and not have drama, changing would have been a simple request. I don't think you chose their feelings, you chose what was right and kind, because her choice would have had a negative impact on others. She is trying to manipulate the situation into being about her feelings, but this was a choice she made that unfortunately had consequences. That is on her. Your wife knows it was wrong. That's why she won't answer you when you remind her that she wouldn't be okay with it at her wedding. Not the butthole. Also I have a few questions for original poster. 1. How's your relationship with your uncle? You said he's 4 years older than you, so he's 31? 2. How was your wife's relationship with your uncle? 3. Has your uncle's wife given your wife any reason to not like her? You're not the butthole, by the way. Original poster replies: You are correct about my uncle's age. We're very close and treat each other like friends. Mostly I call him by his first name. Uncle is only in public. My wife's relationship with my uncle was okay until my uncle's wife came along. The issues between my wife and my uncle's wife certainly impacted my uncle. Frankly, I see no reason why my wife would dislike my uncle's wife, and this answers the third question, I guess. Considering that your wife was trying to sabotage the wedding, you may want to re-examine the relationships. I suspect that your wife's problems with your uncle's wife is generated by your wife. There is a rule of thumb which is almost universally true, excepting of course in cases of genuine cross-cultural confusion. If you wear a white dress to someone's wedding without being asked to, the bride makes you insecure as F. Edit. Holy crap, thanks for the awards and stuff. Absolutely insecure. Or extremely jealous. Op's wife wants the uncle. Maybe Op's wife wants the wife? Also, it's not even a smart move because it's so damn obvious. Like, why not just get an awesome dress that's not white and makes you look like $1 million, do your hair and makeup, and when you steal the spotlight be like, this old thing? I woke up like this, laughing out loud. You have at least some plausible deniability. Yeah, WTF? If I'm going to outshine a bride, I'm wearing my best color, cut, and style of dress. F wedding dresses when you can technically do nothing wrong and still make people hella insecure. I would bet money that Uncle's wife is younger and or objectively more attractive than original poster's wife. Or at least that's how original poster's wife sees it. She's threatened by the new wife for whatever reason, and decided the best way to assert dominance was to wear white to her wedding. She most likely did it so if new wife got upset original poster's wife could be like, see, I have no idea why she'd cause drama, it's just a dress. She must be insecure and jealous of me, not realizing that her whole ploy shows she's the jealous and insecure one. There's really no other reason to be that stubborn in wanting to wear white to a wedding of someone you dislike. Exactly. Boss move right there, because you can deny. Wearing white is so pitifully obvious, plus every single person attending the wedding is going to be looking at and treating you as the dick you've shown yourself to be that day. Wait, why is everyone rallying around the idea of trying to show up the bride and having plausible deniability? Intentionally trying to outshine a bride or make anyone insecure is a dick move regardless of whether you wear white, you bunch of self-deluded buttholes. I don't think anyone is actually advocating for this, but saying if you're going to be a jackass, at least do it less obviously, since the goal is to make yourself look good. Someone wore white lace to my wedding, and yep, I'm pretty sure you're accurate on your assessment. Nearly everyone who sees our wedding pictures makes an unsolicited comment about how horrible that person must be to wear white to a wedding, so it really just backfired on her. Years later, people are still calling her an butthole. Original poster needs to have a long, hard look at his wife's behavior leading up to this. Her attempt to sabotage the wedding was really over the top for someone who dislikes the bride but has always been friendly to the groom. She flat out lied to her husband about the dress, which shows utter disrespect to him, then blames him and attempts to guilt him when they argue over her wearing it. Has she always been this devious and spiteful? Has she always wanted to be the center of attention to all the guys in the room? Or is there, as some have suggested, a chance she had developed feelings for the uncle and was consumed by jealousy of his bride? If so, does original poster wish to continue in a relationship with a liar and emotional cheat, who doesn't really respect or even seem to care much for him? My first thought was that she wants to cheat or maybe has cheated with Uncle. I would be interested to know just how friendly original poster's wife was with Uncle before he met bride. This sounds like she's jealous. 100. I really hate to speculate too much about the motivations of people I've never met, but it kind of makes me wonder if your wife's problem with your uncle's wife is jealousy. Is it possible that she's had some kind of feelings for your uncle that go beyond the norm? I normally wouldn't assume this, but you two are very close in age, and unless there's some other reason you don't know about, I don't know why she'd have such a hate-on for the woman in his life. Question for original poster: how long have you been married, not including tomorrow? Original poster replies: 5 years. This. The kind of response she deserves for trying to sabotage someone else's wedding. I could not care less if you don't like the bride, you do not wear white to someone else's wedding, and if you do, you're just making it clear to the entire guest list what a butthole you are. Good for you for stopping her, original poster. You did the right thing. Not the butthole. All of this. Top comment. You need to reevaluate the kind of person your wife truly is. She knew it was wrong, and did not care. 100%, not the butthole. This. There isn't a snowball's chance in hell she didn't buy that dress specifically for the wedding. She knew exactly what she was doing. She knew exactly how it was going to play out. And she wanted it to play out that way. Good for you, original poster, for putting your foot down and not letting it happen. She definitely was never going to wear the yellow dress, otherwise she wouldn't have given it away before the wedding. The white dress was always the plan. Your wife is a butthole and she knows it. She also knows that wearing white to another woman's wedding is not only wrong, but a clear attempt to stand up the bride and steal her moment. Assuming, of course, the wedding is in a culture where the bride wears a white dress and nobody else does, which I assume we're talking about here. More, your wife tried a power play and lost. That's going to be a problem for a long time. BC, you chose your uncle's happiness over her desire to show up his wife. You absolutely did the right thing. You are not the butthole. Not the butthole. And you still lose, BC, your wife's mad and will likely never forget this. Maybe you want to consider this and think about whether this is a one-off or a deeper problem in her personality. If she's going to be like this for your entire life, well, that's some thinking to do. This is exactly what it was. It was a power play. I imagine that the wife isn't only upset that original poster stopped it, but she feels seconded by the uncle's new bride. Why though? At this point, she probably recognizes that she got called out for being a Now, she's trying to pretend like she wasn't being a and lying about purposefully being a butthole. Exactly. She knows what she was doing was wrong, and she was happy to do the wrong thing. The cold shoulder is because she knows that she knows she was wrong, and instead of admitting what she did was wrong, she's manipulating you and making you second guess whether you are emphatically not the butthole. Your wife is mad and will likely never forget this, not because you're in the wrong, but because her little plan didn't work out. She was transparent and got called on it. She's embarrassed. My mom used to do this dumb crap, go off on me and be in the wrong and then not speak to me for a few days as if I was the perpetrator and not the victim, because she's incapable of admitting when she's wrong. I really don't get what goes through the minds of people who decide to crash weddings with a white/wedding style dress. What do they expect? Everyone to be like, wow, you look way better than the bride? Of course everyone is going to think they're a horrible person regardless of reasoning or how they look. Not the butthole, your wife was being unbelievably selfish. Does she really not understand how rude it is to wear white at a wedding when you're not the bride? Original poster replies. I asked her a question about it, but did not get a response. I'm sure if someone did that at our wedding she would have been furious. She understands just fine. This was deliberate and petty. You did well. It's absolutely disgusting to me that she would be willing to undermine original poster's relationship with his family just to be petty and vindictive toward the uncle's bride. She is a butthole. That is just mean and petty. I hope she doesn't pull this mean manipulative stuff on you. Not the butthole. P.S. She owes you an apology. Feel free to let it slip when you are around friends and family, and they might be able to get her to understand how awful this decision was. Good for you for being kind and having a backbone. She knows. She bought the white dress because she wanted the bride to get pissed beyond belief in her wedding day. How petty is that? Yikes. Not the butthole. She was being incredibly rude. This isn't a matter of prioritizing feelings, this is a matter of not standing by while someone is being an A. You are not required to prioritize your spouse's hateful feelings and actions just because you're married to her. Original poster replies. Yeah, I don't normally get involved in her choice of clothing, so for her to say I was trying to police what she wears was weird and out of character for her to say. It's because she knows she's in butthole. She knows wearing a white dress to someone else's wedding is a horrifying, crafty thing to do. She probably expected you to be complicit in her act of sabotage, or at least not call her out on it, and when you rightfully called her out, she flailed around and tried to find a way to make you the bad guy. Which is doubly gross. And that's especially true since original poster flagged it as a problem when she bought the dress. She certainly can't claim ignorance when original poster asked if she bought it for the wedding weeks earlier. Dude, keep in mind that she did not care if you were collateral damage in her overarching aim to piss off her target. You would have to explain why she wore that dress and why you took her. You need to get your wife to post on here. She'll get ripped apart in no time and then you're not the bad guy anymore. Not the butthole. Original poster replies. Probably will still think she was wronged. Not the butthole, your wife was acting like a bratty teenager and is now gaslighting you and trying to make you think you are in the wrong for calling her out on her scheme. You upstaged the bride. Not the butthole, your girlfriend's actions were meant to cause harm, and she is pissed that you stood up to her and called her out. Now she is deflecting and trying to make you out to be the bad guy. Think seriously if you want to be with someone like that long term. She's a yike from me. Not the butthole. She wanted to start drama. And she wanted you to choose her over your family. She sounds like she's trying to manipulate you into making her a higher priority than anything/one else in your life. I would maybe reconsider marrying someone that was more than willing to cause a possible rift between you and your family. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.